So today I just wanted to do a little housekeeping since it's been a long while since I've done a video like this and the algorithm doesn't really promote these kinds of videos anymore, but for those of you who take the time to listen, it's really just one of the few ways that I can relax and just talk to you guys about non-tutorial related things and I enjoy doing it. I think it's fun, so here we go. The background footage for this video is just going to be filler, so go ahead and treat this the same way as you would any other generic short podcast or something. I'm really just going to relax and just talk to you guys about some stuff today. This is really just like a housekeeping episode, so I guess something that I'd like to just put out there is we do actually have a Discord. I know I really don't talk about it too much, but it's actually kind of nice. It was created by a super awesome member of our community named Sower. He literally built it from the ground up after bugging me about it, and I just told him like, okay, here's the deal. If you make it, then I will promote it. And he made it, so now it's there. And it's actually pretty nice. Like, I'm not sure how this happened, but we have over 3,000 people of all kinds of various skills and experience just randomly roaming around here on our Discord. So there's a lot of talent and experience for you to engage with or just bounce ideas off of in the main chat. So if you're a 3D artist or an animator or a game developer or just someone just likes building cool stuff, definitely feel free to drop by anytime. Since the channel is so big now, I don't actually have the time to answer all the questions that I get in each comment anymore, but that's okay because in the Discord we have a help area that you can just open up a topic for, and there's a pretty decent chance that someone on the forum can probably help point you in the right direction. Also, even if you don't need help, we have an event every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time where we really just hang out and chill. Most of the time we're just talking about whatever thing we happen to be working on at the moment, or whatever new software is coming out, or what we think about it, why we love or hate Blender, good life habits for health and exercise, and sometimes just arguing over the best anime waifus or even relationship stuff. It's really whatever. And this is not a members only or Patreon exclusive thing. This is literally open to anyone who just wants to relax with some good company. On the other hand, something else we have in the Discord is this section called Daily Progress. And the point of this room is, well, in my experience, it's very hard to really feel how far you've come if you're not documenting your journey along the way. Learning a new skill is really hard. Making a 3D character is hard. Making an animation is hard. Making a game is, well, let's just say suicidal. But the point is, everyone here on the Discord understands just how hard it is to learn how to build their dreams. And the overwhelming majority of us, including myself, have normal day jobs. You have life, you go to the gym, you have family, friends, social relationships. Some people even have kids. And, everyone's got responsibilities that they have to deal with. And when you get home after work and you deal with all the responsibilities, usually there's only a tiny amount of time at the end of the day. Sometimes it's an hour or 30 minutes where you can lock in and practice building your thing. And when I was learning to make my first game, sometimes I'd get home super late and basically had less than 15 minutes till I had to go to sleep and wake up 6 hours later to go back to work in the morning. And in those 15 minutes, I would just do anything that I could to make some progress. I would document it on a daily journal. Sometimes all it said was, watched video about how to fix problem, or learned the hotkey to rotate object, or discovered subdivision modifiers. Anything that brought me closer to my goal, I just jotted down, and at the end of my 5-year project, I had this huge documentation of everything that I had learned, all the way from downloading Blender for the first time to finishing programming the final boss of the game. And that is essentially what the Daily Progress Room is for here. It's not like Instagram or Twitter where you show clips of the coolest shit you've made. Like, you can, but it's mainly for you to just show proof of whatever you did that day, no matter how small it is. If you do finish something cool, like a character or an animation or a clip, then you can post that in the work showcase room instead. And either way, we'd love to see what you're doing, so feel free to join in. Who knows, we might even chill together on Friday if you drop by. So check out the Discord if you haven't already. On that note, if you're trying to figure something out and you want some one-on-one direction, advice, or guidance on something, technically, I do offer consultations for 3D art and game development. This is normally just a perk that I give to the founders on Patreon, but if you're not a Patreon, because of constraints on my time, I charge $120 for a 30-minute session. However, this is only something you should use as a last resort because most of the time, I'll be honest with you, especially today, you can find all the answers you need for free on ChatGPT or the Unreal forums or hell, even asking for help here on my Discord. The consultation is really more of a, if you just want a one-on-one personal mentor tutor session, if you just can't seem to find what you need anywhere else. Also, before you can even book a session, you have to tell me what exactly it is you're hoping to learn, practice, or improve on. And if I don't think I have the experience or the expertise to answer your question, then I will just straight up deny the consultation, because if I don't think I can help you, I don't want you losing money over it. But if you're interested, you can shoot me an email at theroyalskies@outlook.com. But yeah, that is an option if you need it. Something else that I guess I should share is I do actually have a few people working for me on my team, and one thing that my team does is offer 3D texturing services, and we specialize in hard surface photorealistic 3D textures. All of the characters and weapons that you've seen on my channel ever since we got to Unreal were done by an incredibly talented texture artist that I found. I hired him once to do something for me, and he did such a great job that I just made him my official texture artist. So you've already seen a lot of his work already, and we work together now as part of a texturing business. So if you want to texture stuff like armor or weapons or tools or clothing, buildings, props and stuff, that is a service that my team offers at a rate of about $200 per prop, plus or minus depending on how complicated it is and how many hours it takes in total. But there is one thing that we do not do, and that is human skin and faces. Making human faces look photorealistic takes a ridiculous amount of time and effort, and even after dozens of hours, it still never really quite looks perfect, so that's just something we don't do. So if you come at us with a character face, I will just straight up let you know that you really should find someone else for the job, because that's really not our specialty. But yeah, if you need textures for your 3D models, let us know. It's the same email. And I guess something else that I was going to talk about was memberships and patrons, but not in the typical way that you're probably thinking of. I'm not going to list off the perks and all that stuff, because you can read that yourself if you want. But memberships and patrons is one of those things that you probably rarely ever see me talk about on the channel, because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is, you know, as someone who treats YouTube like a second job, I am very keenly aware that now everyone and their grandma's cousin is a content creator, and everyone's asking you to like and subscribe and ring the bell and become a member and support my Patreon and watch me on Twitch and leave super chats. And I just honestly hate adding to that noise. And yeah, I know it's probably to my own detriment, but I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing people tell you to like and subscribe and give them money. And trust me, I'm tired of hearing it too, which is why I do my best to make sure that, you know, if you are taking the time to watch one of my videos, then the things that you're going to hear me say are exclusively and strictly related to the content of the video you clicked on. Believe it or not, I actually did try to record myself telling people to do all that stuff like everyone else, but the thing is, my content is kind of short. Like, sometimes my videos are less than 30 seconds. And if you record the time it takes for me to say, thanks for watching, hope that helps, and if you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and be sure to check me out on Patreon. Regardless, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you around. Like, if you record how long it takes for me to say that, it's almost 10 to 15 seconds long. And in a 30-second video, that's literally half of the video. And I just didn't like the idea of half of a video just being self-promotion. I don't know, that just felt awful to me, so I don't do it. And this way you guys don't get annoyed hearing me saying that all the time, and the video content stays pure and exact for what the people came to see. And I plan to keep things this way for as long as I can. Besides, I think it's safe to say that just about everyone knows how to use YouTube now. If you do want to support, then I'm pretty sure you can find the join button next to each video. You don't need me to tell you about it. And while we're on that topic, I wanted to also talk about what the real effects of joining and memberships have been for me. So if you've been supporting the show, I wanted to tell you just how much of a difference you've made and just show you how real the effects actually are. One of the big changes that's happened to YouTube in the last 5 years is the algorithm has kind of found everyone's niche. Like, it's extremely good at knowing what you're interested in and showing you things that only you probably want to see. For example, it knows that I like to watch Smash Bros. Tournaments on my lunch break, and before dinner I like to watch whatever the latest tournaments in Armored Core are doing. It also knows that I'm interested in listening to Armored Core music in the morning when I start my day, and it recommends my favorite songs around 9 a.m. Now, this also has its drawbacks, one of which being that when you refresh the page, you'll probably get the same exact videos over and over and over for like 4 weeks, but, you know, until you brute force and tell them you're not interested. But otherwise, what we have now is essentially everyone is surrounded by their own niche interests, regardless how big or small. Now, one of the byproducts of this new segmentation of everyone's attention in specific directions is, well, there's only so many people on the planet who are 3D artists, who are using Blender, who are game designing, who are using Unreal 5, and also learning how to do motion matching with gas. Like, my niche is literally a niche within a niche within a niche within a niche. And there's realistically probably less than a few hundred people on the planet that are vaguely interested in learning how to do what I'm doing right now. And that's about how many views each video gets. I think it found them all, really, which is kind of impressive. And I personally enjoy making these kinds of videos because it's what I'm learning right now, it's what I'm interested in, and for those few hundred people who actually need that information, I'm very sure they'll find it invaluable. Though feasibility YouTube-wise though, it was something that I was kind of concerned with, but not too long ago, I started testing other venues in the form of shorts. And to my surprise, when I published the exact same content in the short format, the views are actually pretty good. Like, the channel's very healthy if you just look at the shorts I've been making. So I've been investing in shorts a lot more. And YouTube seems to think that my channel works a lot better in shorts format than it does in widescreen, which personally, I mean, I think kind of sucks because I like widescreen and I think it's easier to see and follow along, especially when it comes to software tutorials. It looks less cluttered, and if I'm being objective, it's very clear that YouTube is trying to turn me into a shorts channel. So I'm still sort of figuring out what to do with that. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that if you were a member or a patron, then I wanted you to know that each one of these videos was sponsored and funded by you. And the impact that they have on people is real and quantifiable. Like, each month I release reports showing you what your support created, and you can literally see exactly what videos got made because of you. And the last 2 months in particular were kind of crazy. 59 videos in total, 8,000 new people subscribing, and every video, short or long, contains information that someone somewhere was looking for. And when you read how thankful people are in the comments, I hope you feel proud knowing that you're part of the reason that they're not banging their head against the wall looking for this information. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that even if you are a member at the lowest level of $2, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but you should know that if I make a video and it gets 1,000 views, I make like 12 cents, maybe less from it. So really, just know that if you're joining even on the lowest level, you are already sponsoring me more than YouTube by about 1,500%. Like, that's just how the math is. Basically, the way I see it is, even just one member per month covers the cost of an entire video. And this means that I can create videos that I think are important, even if I know they're not going to get very many views. And I think that matters a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to know, even if you are just supporting on the first tier, that's a whole ass video coming just because of you. That alone makes it worth it. So really understand how much of a difference it makes. If it wasn't for you guys, none of these videos would have been made. And the last part is a bit more of a personal note, but you guys know I don't generally share too much of my private life, but this is one of those special episodes that I have a feeling not everyone's gonna watch. It's probably just gonna be the people who care. And for those of you who have been on my journey, I just kind of thought I'd share the good news, which is a lot of you probably know that I have been clawing my way out of student loans for the past few years. And, you know, at the beginning of the year, I had about $30,000 in debt. And currently, right now, I've been able to get rid of almost half of it. And, you know, if I eat nothing but eggs and chicken sandwiches for the next 4 months, then I should be able to pay the rest of it off by the end of the year. And honestly, the only reason I think that goal is actually attainable is because of the support I have here on the channel from you guys and on the Discord community. So I mean it when I say thank you to everyone so much. It means literally the world to me. This year I've been grinding really hard, and once I've got my debt cleared, I have so many ideas for what we can do with the channel. You know, like I want to start hiring artists from the Discord to help me create new content for you guys or make fun shorts, right? Like, you know, I want to hire an environment guide so that we don't have to look at this stupid third-person character template for the rest of our lives. I want to just make some cool cutscenes or cool animations or, you know, maybe some new characters, but I don't have the time to do that on my own anymore. So, you know, that's kind of some of the stuff I've been thinking about. And I've even thought about maybe, you know, doing what a lot of the other art channels do, which is take recommendations from the comments, from you guys in the community about like, okay, well, what do you guys want? What would you guys like the team to make, right? Like, just drop a comment and say, make this. And, you know, a week later it comes out. I think that would be kind of fun. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I have planned once I get out of this hole. But things are going really well. I just wanted to let you guys know the good news and, you know, how it's really only been possible because of you guys. So the support is real. It's made actual differences for me, and I just hope you know that. Regardless, that's all I got for today. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you around.